There's something important you need to understand, and I want it to land with real weight. Because at this very moment, without you noticing, a woman in your life may be communicating something quietly intense, signals so subtle and emotionally loaded that you're stepping right over them without realizing what she's truly offering. Pause for a moment and listen. If you've ever questioned whether a woman wants to open herself to you on an emotional, mental, and soul-deep level, this is where clarity finally starts. And stay with me until the end, because there's something crucial you must hear before you take any step toward her. Before we go further, tap the subscribe and like buttons so you don't miss the psychology most men never learn. You're about to enter her inner world, the one she conceals from almost every man. The place where her body language shifts beyond conscious control, where her voice softens without permission, where instinct quietly draws her toward you, even when she masks it with confidence, humor, or emotional distance. Women instead, they expose it through tiny fractures in their emotional defenses, through patterns meant to be recognized by the right man. And maybe, just maybe, that man is you. But no one ever showed you how to read what she's offering without words. A woman doesn't open herself easily. When she does, it's because something about you activates feelings inside her. Safety, desire, respect, curiosity, or a pull she can't logically explain. And if you think this is about physical cues, it's not. This is about the deeper energy she only reveals to a man she trusts with her most vulnerable layers. What you're about to understand will feel like a light finally turning on in a room you've been stumbling through for years. So take a breath, let go of confusion, let go of overthinking, let go of endlessly questioning whether she's interested or just sees you as another man who might disappoint her. Let me walk you through the hidden undercurrents of female psychology, the signals she hopes you'll catch, the signs she's quietly offering because she wants you to move closer, not retreat. Stay here because this is where real clarity begins. She wants you nearer, but she'll never say it outright. Instead, she allows the truth to surface through small, almost invisible behaviors, the ones she hopes you'll recognize without forcing her to fully expose her heart. When a woman starts wanting to give herself to you, emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually, her defenses don't collapse all at once. They soften, they bend, they flicker. And those flickers are what most men miss because they expect bold confessions, obvious advances, or dramatic changes. But female attraction doesn't announce itself loudly. It speaks in whispers. It shows itself through instinct rather than conscious effort, through reactions she doesn't completely understand herself. And if you don't know what to watch for, you'll overlook some of the most meaningful, intimate signals she's sending you. You'll notice it in the way she listens with full attention when she doesn't do that for others. You'll sense it in how her gaze lingers just a moment longer. Not from desire alone, but from she begins to value your thoughts more than she anticipated. She invites you into conversations she doesn't share with anyone else. She starts unconsciously matching your energy, your tone, your humor, your rhythm. That's not accidental. And beneath her awareness. And when a woman offers you the softer version of herself, the one she usually guards carefully, that's one of the strongest indicators of her unspoken desire. Her voice lowers when she speaks to you. Her expressions soften. She adjusts her hair because her body wants openness, not defense. Even her breathing shifts around you, slower, deeper, more relaxed. These changes come from instinct, not calculation. But here's what most men completely miss. When she wants to give herself to you, she becomes deeply aware of your emotional state. She notices when your mood changes. She remembers the smallest things you mentioned in passing. She reaches out in ways that feel casual, never labeling it as checking in. Her attention deepens. A woman only invests emotionally when she feels a man truly understands her, keeps her grounded, and creates a sense of safety. And there's another signal she can't fully conceal. No matter how much she tries, moments of vulnerability slip through naturally. She opens up about a fear. She acknowledges a mistake. She talks about a dream she usually keeps hidden. Vulnerability is how a woman cracks the door just enough to see whether you'll step forward or walk past without recognizing the invitation. Sometimes the clearest sign that a woman wants to give herself to you shows up when she's trying hardest to suppress it. Her mind urges her to stay neutral, composed, and emotionally protected. But her actions give her away every time. She becomes unusually tuned into your presence, not nervous, but deeply aware. She notices your movements without trying. She registers when you enter a space, when your energy shifts, when your attention drifts elsewhere, and even if she pretends indifference, her body language reveals what she refuses to say. Another subtle indicator appears in how she reacts when your attention turns towards someone else. She won't display jealousy openly, especially if she's attempting to keep her emotions under control. But small changes surface. Her tone softens. Her mood drops just slightly. She pulls back for a moment, not to manipulate you, but because something inside her tightens at the thought of losing your focus. Women don't experience this unless emotional openness is already forming. It's not about possession. It's about investment developing faster than she expected, making her more sensitive to where your interest flows. She also begins seeking your validation in quiet, almost unnoticeable ways that speak volumes. She makes subtle adjustments to her appearance when she knows she'll see you, though she'd never point it out. She watches your reactions more closely, hoping to catch even a faint sign that you notice her effort. When a woman respects a man deeply, she becomes more deliberate in how she shows up. This isn't vanity, it's connection. She does this only when she feels drawn to a man's presence and wants him to feel that same pull when he looks at her. But the most meaningful signal reveals itself through emotional openness. When a woman starts trusting you with her unfiltered thoughts, even briefly, it means her defenses are lowering in a way that's difficult to undo. She shares personal experiences, speaks about fears, mentions dreams she rarely voices, or admits worries she usually keeps to herself. She invites you into the quiet corners of her mind because something about you feels safe, stable, and genuine. That access is never. It's a silent offering, an invitation into her inner world, and one of the strongest indicators of desire. Means there's a point inside a woman when attraction shifts from emotion to instinct. You won't catch it in her words, but in what she allows herself to do around you. One of the clearest signs is how relaxed she becomes, letting different sides of her personality emerge. She doesn't stay fixed in one emotional state. Some days she's calm, tender, and nurturing. Other days she's playful, teasing, or unpredictably energetic. This range isn't inconsistency. It's closeness. A woman only reveals multiple layers of herself when she wants a man to truly see her, hoping he'll value all of who she is. Another signal shows up in how she positions herself near you. She finds reasons to stay within your orbit. Not close enough to be obvious, but near enough to feel your presence. She chooses a seat beside you even when others are available. She stands near you without needing a reason. She leans in while speaking, even when there's no noise forcing her to. Proximity is psychological. Women move closer to men they feel safe with and drawn to. And you'll notice a change in her energy when she laughs with you. Her energy becomes lighter, more open, less defended. She laughs more freely, more deeply, and more honestly than she does with anyone else. She allows herself to enjoy your presence without holding back. That effortless laughter is a form of emotional release. Her guard isn't just lowered, it's at ease when she's around you. And then there's a quiet kind of testing that almost always shows up, not to play games, but to understand you better. She asks thoughtful questions about your values, your limits, your direction in life. She's gauging your emotional substance, not because she mistrusts you, but because she's considering alignment with a man she could rely on. When a woman explores your mindset with curiosity instead of criticism, she's imagining what closeness with you might genuinely feel like. But the most commonly missed signal is this: she allows you to influence her, not dominate her, influence her. She reflects on your advice, she remembers your thoughts, she tries something you casually mentioned before. That level of receptivity is deeply personal. A woman only opens herself to influence from a man she respects, admires, and quietly hopes will matter more in her life. There comes a point when she starts sending signals she isn't even consciously aware of, because her emotions begin moving faster than her logic. One of the strongest hidden indicators appears when she starts including you in her everyday life in small, consistent ways. She shares updates, not because she has to, but because connection with you feels natural. She lets you into her routines, her minor annoyances, her small wins, the random moments that seem insignificant to others but feel meaningful when she shares them with you. This is emotional integration. She's threading you into her world slowly, intentionally, without ever making an announcement. Another sign shows up in how sensitive she becomes to your emotional tone. If you're quieter than usual, she notices. If something is weighing on you, she senses it before you say anything. She reaches out, not from duty, but from genuine concern. Her emotional awareness sharpens around you. A woman only accesses that level of intuition with a man she feels connected to in a way she hasn't fully defined yet. You'll also see that she starts remembering even the smallest details about you. Things you barely recall mentioning. Your favorite snack, a childhood story, a stressful deadline, a goal you casually shared late at night. This isn't coincidence, it's emotional prioritization. She's collecting pieces of you because she's beginning to see you as someone significant, someone worth holding space for, someone whose inner life matters to her. Then there's the way she supports you, even subtly. She lifts you when you doubt yourself. She reminds you of your strengths. She backs you in conversations, affirming your perspective without turning it into a performance. She becomes a quiet source of stability, offering emotional grounding without asking for anything in return. A woman doesn't do this for a man she views as temporary. She does it when she feels a deeper pull, when she wants to invest in something real. Jui and stenges forth aspirations. Dangerous. But perhaps the most revealing sign is how she lets you see her softer edges, her vulnerabilities. She tells you when she feels overwhelmed. She admits moments of insecurity. She shares parts of herself she usually keeps concealed. That openness isn't accidental. It's an offering. A woman only exposes her emotional core when she's hoping a man will step deeper into her life, not remain banned. There's a moment when a woman's interest shifts from quiet curiosity into something heavier, deeper, almost instinctive. She doesn't announce it or define it, but you can feel it in how emotionally attuned she becomes to you. When a woman wants to give herself to you, she begins syncing her internal rhythm with yours. She naturally adjusts to your conversational rhythm, your way of thinking, your emotional tempo. This isn't mimicry, it's resonance. She's unconsciously creating harmony because she wants closeness without forcing anything. You'll notice she shows you more patience than she does with others. She listens fully, without distractions, without drifting to her phone or elsewhere. Her presence becomes intentional because something inside her is choosing you, even if she hasn't put words to it yet. And another quiet but powerful sign appears in how she begins protecting the connection. It may look subtle on the surface, but it carries real meaning. She becomes more selective about who she talks to about you, not because she's hiding you, but because she doesn't want outside voices interfering with what she's building internally. Certain moments stay just between you. She treats the energy you share as something to be respected. She becomes more aware of how her actions shape the way you see her. A woman only protects a bond when she sees real potential in it. When you matter to her, she becomes careful not to let anything disrupt the emotional closeness forming between you. But the most telling sign of all is how she allows you to shape her emotional world. She may never say it outright, but your perspective starts carrying unexpected weight. She asks what you think, not out of courtesy, but because your insight genuinely matters to her. She considers your advice. She adjusts her choices when your reasoning resonates. She becomes more open to growth because she experiences you as someone who adds strength to her life, not drains it. This level of openness is rare. Women don't give it lightly. It's a quiet way of saying she trusts you with her emotional well-being. And once a woman reaches that level of trust, she's already imagining how deep closeness with you could go, even if she's still too guarded to reveal it. These signs aren't accidental. They're the gradual unfolding of a woman preparing to let you into her inner world. Here's the reality most men don't realize until it's gone. When a woman reaches the point where she wants to give herself to you, it's no longer just attraction. It's certainty. A calm, steady, unshakable pull that forms when she trusts your character, values your presence, and feels truly seen in a way she never has before. This final sign is the deepest one, because it means she's already unlocked a door inside herself she keeps closed to almost everyone. She begins imagining what life feels like with you in it, not as a visitor, but as a constant. She pictures your energy in her everyday spaces, your voice in her kitchen, the way you'd look at her when she's exhausted, the comfort of your steadiness when life feels heavy. A woman only allows her mind to wander into that future when she feels emotionally safe. And for a woman, safety isn't about control or dominance. It's about consistency, respect, and emotional presence. She also starts sharing her fears about love, not to push you away, but to see whether you can handle the weight of her heart. She watches how you respond. Do you listen? Do you judge? Do you remain patient? Because when a woman wants to give herself to a man, she needs to know her soul won't be mishandled. And here's what most men never notice. She begins matching your effort without being asked. She initiates conversations. She supports your growth. She protects the connection because it matters to her. This is the unspoken moment where a woman chooses you. When you recognize these signs, don't rush. Don't apply pressure. Don't second-guess yourself. Respond with maturity, presence, and emotional steadiness. She isn't searching for perfection. She's looking for a man who is grounded, respectful, and self-aware. And if something shifted inside you while listening to this, it's because you're starting to understand what women rarely say out loud. Take a breath, stand a little taller, step into the man you're meant to be. And before you go, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the psychology that helps you understand women with clarity, confidence. Every insight you gain here shapes you into a man who moves with purpose, listens with intention, and loves with quiet strength, the kind of strength women trust deeply.